Look at that, look at it turn.
G'day, Stu from UAV Futures here, and today, well, this is one that you guys have been asking for. I know you want to see the performance of this drone because honestly, this is one of the most performance-packed drones that I have ever seen. If you haven't seen my part 1 review, this is the Norris from Catalyst Machine Works, and definitely go and check that out here. That link, I'll leave a link to that video up here. It is Chuck Norris approved, so I don't know how they got that done, but this frame and this quad is absolutely badass. So in part 1, we put it on the bench, we broke it down, we had a look at all its components, and Catalyst Machine Works is a fantastic company that I know a lot of people are really happy with their customer service. But this is the part where we take it out, we rip it around, and we see, does all those good specs on the bench, how does that relate to a racer? How does that relate to a quad in the field? Because this is definitely one of the most premium racers you can get. You know, it's got a pretty hefty price attached to it, so what exactly do you get? I'm hoping my skills do this thing justice because I'm going to predict this drone is past my skills because I definitely think it's going to be an absolute crazy monster. It's not really designed for a GoPro, so I might show you some DVR footage, but I definitely think where it's at, this is an ultralight quad. It looks pretty sturdy, and the crazy part, it's coming in at like around the 250, 260 gram mark, which if you think, how much does your 5-inch racer weigh, think about that and then compare it to this bad boy. And on top of that, it's already rocking some 2306 motors, so some very powerful motors. Anyway, enough rambling here in the studio. Let's cut out to the field, rip it around, and also hand it over to Grumpy Trev, because, and also show you some line of sight, because I guarantee this one's going to make his draw drop, and I don't think he's going to be very grumpy when he sees the performance of this bad boy. So, let's cut out to the field in 3, 2, 1, boop! Rightio, out here in the field with the Norris itself, so I'm pretty excited because I think this thing is going to absolutely rip, but something a little bit different. We're not going to be showing you any HD footage because I feel like it would be a bit of a crime to do it. This one's not designed to carry a GoPro. So I'm going to show you some DVR, and this thing I think is going to absolutely rip, but we will hit it with Speed Gun Sally and see just how fast we can get this Catalyst Machine bad boy to go. All right, goggles down, let's do it. Ready?
Go. Look at that, look at it turn.
Alrighty, so just starting it off a little bit slow, I guess, before we get into the insanity. And I also want to point out on the right there, you can see that motor. It's not because the frame is flexing or anything like that. It's just because I've got the little camera mount a little bit to the side. So I'd have to fix that up. But jumping in, you can see just how agile this thing is. And on first impressions, it took me a bit to get used to it because it is so light and the acceleration is so insane. Trying to fly this thing around a track, you really have to work on your throttle control, or it's just, I'm just not used to having that much power with a small blip of the throttle. This thing absolutely puts out so much thrust, so it's very easy if you don't adjust your camera angle to punch up with some extra altitude. Like you can see, this thing is absolutely crazy, ripping it around, and it was really funny to see everybody's draw drop when I was flying this. So it's definitely a total beast of a quadcopter. So you can see giving a little push right there. Look how high that is, and look how much hang time that thing has, and it's just absolutely effortless when it's flying around.
There's your battery. Oh. No.
Your battery might not be right there.
Now, it's totally changed my opinion of ultralight frames, and that's probably because of the beating this thing took. It was an absolute monster when it came to the crashes. Like, its performance was off the chain, but I thought like an ultralight quad was going to mean the frame was ultralight and it was going to be a lot more fragile, which has been the case in the past. But this thing was anything but. So definitely stick around. We'll get Grumpy Trev to check it out as well, because I know he had a lot of fun. Look at this crazy crash, and then we'll also hand it over to Crash Test Cal and hit it with the speed gun.
How much is the frame and how much are those motors?
You're
Almost into a rock.
hang on. We'll just go see if it's in one piece. I can't believe how far that went on the ground. Look quick, mate. I don't know if you guys seen that, but all it lost was a prop.
Oh, and we've had to push out. There we go.
There, and that's all that's wrong with it. That cartwheeled, I reckon, for 100 metres.
Where is the prop?
Oh, it won't be here. You crashed over there somewhere.
Rightio, so I've been having a lot of fun. This thing, I should unplug it actually. This thing is definitely insane. What we're going to do, let's hand it over to Grumpy Trev and then hit it with Speed Gun Sally. All right.
You brand a prop.
Yeah, I'll put some new props on for you. All right, Grumpy Trev. You've seen the Norris fly.
I actually broke a prop down and I've got this odd coloured prop on there. That's probably going to affect my talent a bit. Pretty ugly to look at. Performance, this thing went pretty quick, so we'll see what it's like. It's strong because I did see someone else was flying this before, and you cartwheeled this thing, I reckon 100 metres. It went that far, it wasn't a joke, and it broke a prop. It's still going, so...
Well, we lost the prop. We didn't actually break a prop,
we lost the prop. Well, we don't know if it's broken, so... We'll call it broken because...
it's gone.
Yeah.
All right, ready to rip it around?
Still in one bit. Yeah, we'll give it a go, so I can break it.
Let's do it.
Whoa! It's got some grunt in it. Geez, this thing's quick. And it turns quick. Oh, this is quick. Turns on a dime. It's bloody... Geez, it turns quick. I say that before?
Yes, you've said that like twice.
I can't believe how this is fast. Actually, it's probably... You need a big track for this bastard, or for me anyway, because I've got to say, this is for the more experienced flyer because it's bloody quick. You make a mistake with this and it's... well, you're not going to break it because Stu proved that. Very durable. It's a bit too quick for me.
Do you have any oscillations or anything like that?
Oh, it's so smooth. No, this is race flight too, isn't it?
Yep.
Like it's just really locked in. Really locked in. Pretty impressed with this. This thing here, its acceleration is... it's really friggin' amazing. I'm just saving Stu a bit of editing there. Pretty cool.
So who would you recommend this one to? Beginners?
It's hard to talk and fly this thing.
Why is that? Why is it hard to talk and fly this one?
It's so fast.
Yeah.
It's just so fast. To try and concentrate on what you're doing. No, look, definitely if you're a beginner, forget it. It's just too fast. For someone that wants to race, this is bloody good. This just nuts, this thing. It's nice. Well, it's more than nice. It's just awesome.
All right, let's bring it in and have a bit more of a chat. Well, all right, Trev, so what do you reckon? You've flown it around?
Yeah, look, not for beginner guys, but that is one awesome piece of kit.
Give me the Grumpy Trev rating out of 10 for performance with this one, and then we'll do the Grumpy Trev rating out of 10 for value. Well, so what do you reckon Grumpy Trev rating out of 10 for performance of the Norris?
This is a 10 out of 10. This is just unbelievably fast.
Have you ever seen a faster quad?
I don't think so. I thought I did last week, but which we'll probably test that later, but I reckon this one's absolutely fastest I've seen.
All right, and what about a value-wise? Because that one's like, it's like 500 bucks or something like that.
I really can't see it worth the money that it is. Some people, look, people that are going to race this thing will probably find the value in it, but anyone that just wants to fly it around and, you know, beat their mates, probably not worth the money. Very fast otherwise, so it's a shit little machine. And it's strong.
Let's hit it with Speed Gun Sally. We'll put Calvin behind it though, because I don't want to, you know, if we run into you, Trevor, we can't do the show. So you're right with that, Calvin? So we're going to hit it with the Speed Gun and see Speed Gun Sally, see just how fast we can get this bad boy to go. All right.
Spot here, for me to fly that, it's not big enough because it's just too fast for me.
Calvin, how do you feel about holding the Speed Gun for this one?
Well, I haven't done a wheel yet, so I'm a bit concerned, and I haven't brought a motorcycle helmet. But other than that, we'll give it a go. I'll be ready to duck, dive, weave.
Do you want a helmet? We can probably get one.
Yeah, I might need one, mate.
All right, let's go down. We'll head down to this tree and then we'll just punch it full throttle at you, all right?
Alrighty. All right, guys, this might be my last day on Earth. All good. All right, guys, I'm behind a tree here. Let's just hope this does the job. 60 mile an hour. Yeah, over here. What happened?
Where's the bat? Far out.
That's where the bat. Hey, I'll go get the.
Is that recording? So that I kind of hit the ground a little bit. Here's the battery. That made a solid. It just jumped. It didn't roll. I took my goggles off, and then I saw it hit the ground. Show us where the quad is, Trev.
Yeah.
That was like on the full. Hit it for 6.
I've seen that whole thing. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if the quad's buried.
Here's the quad. You bent the new props, Stu. Oh, what's wrong?
What was that, 100 mile into the ground?
It was so fast into the ground. I can't, look, it's still in one piece. That's amazing. Yeah, that's one mother quad. That is strong as. That hit the deck bloody fast.
It launched it for 6. Anyone who doesn't know, like 6 is like a game of cricket we play in Australia, and if you hit it for 6, you hit it like out of the park.
It was 6 and out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Let's take 2. What speed was that?
It didn't come up. I didn't get a chance. 0.
Yeah. You're supposed to stay Above the ground, aren't you?
Alright. Yeah, he's going subterranean.
It is hard to get that speed from there to there. Maybe it would be easier if Cal sat up.
Over here, mate.
Yeah, I won't go over there, but if maybe the top of this hill,
Yeah.
and I'll come up past it.
Go over those trees there. Start from there. Start your one.
The battery, you could have caught it.
Yeah, the battery went like 20 metres.
Yeah, it did. From there all the way. It was just...
Let's see if it still hovers. Let's do it. Take two.
$83 miles an hour. $82 miles an hour. 84 miles an hour. 82 miles an hour.
Alrighty, so there it is. There's my part 2 review with the Norris from Catalyst Machine Works, and I'm going to say this thing has totally changed my opinion of ultralight frames. Number one, the performance of this thing was rock solid, but it would want to be because it's a very expensive drone. It's about $500 US, and so the performance was off the chain. It was super quick, super nimble around the track. I've never really flown anything that felt quite as light, and I guess that is because it's an ultralight quad. And number two, the one thing I don't like about ultralight quads, they seem to just explode when they hit the ground in even the slightest part because they can get up to some very fast speeds. But this bad boy, the Norris, took it like an absolute champ. It like absolutely slammed into the ground. Everyone sort of went, oh, when they heard the thud that this thing took. And it just shook it off like it was nothing. It popped back up, we changed the prop, and it was ready to rock and roll. Now this is one of the most fun reviews that I've ever done. A big shout out to Grumpy Trev and also Crash Test Cal for getting behind the speed gun, because I know that was that, you know, we all sort of drew straws there, and he was the one willing to go and do that. So big shout out, thanks very much Cal. A question a lot of people are going to say, Stuart, is it worth it? You know, and I'm going to say, that really depends on what sort of flying you want to do, because it's expensive. Like I said, $500 US is a lot of money for a racing drone. And if you're just going to go and fly around in the park, I've got to agree with Grumpy Trev. I'd say, no, I probably wouldn't get this one for my everyday flyer. But if you're one of the people out there who's definitely into racing, going to multi-GP, flying with the best of the best, and you know, you are racing drones to win, I think a craft like this is going to, you know, it might be worth it to those people then, because this thing is going to go a long way. It's got amazing performance, and that durability, it's definitely going to come in handy. Anyway, what do you guys think? Drop some love down below for Grumpy Trev. Would you get one of these? And also a bit of a shout out. Drop some comments too for Crash Test Cal. We should get him in future videos because that was a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe for more FPV related content, and as always, happy flying.
It's quick though, very quick. Oh, look at that, survived that.
Recovery, you're all intact.
Stu actually praying then.
Looking alright?
Yeah, looks okay. Let's punch it out again now. Get quick, isn't it?
Alrighty, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Definitely subscribe if you're new to the channel and check out these videos. And I'm also going to leave a little link here to my Patreon page, because I've got some fantastic Patreon supporters and I like to give back to them as well. So if you want to join the UAV Futures family, there's things like bonus Velcro straps, little bundles of FPV goodies and things like that that also get sent out. Anyway, happy flying.